What animal do you work with is the first question I get when I tell anybody I work at the zoo. And my answer is, I don't work around any one animal, I work around all of them. And the best part of my job is I don't have to scoop any poop.
My day can be anything. We do a lot of different things. I mean, it can be irrigation like it was this morning, bringing out beautiful cactus, planting, weed whacking, mowing. I mean, there's an unlimited amount of things that we do.
In here in the greenhouse, I work a lot. We have to water plants and take care of pests and bugs and make sure the cooling and the heating is correct. And there's lots of little things in the greenhouse that make it a little different from the rest of the department.
Everything in here gets moved out, literally everything. And people just assume that we keep these alive outside, but they don't realize that we actually dig them up every year. So we plant them in the spring and then we dig them up in the fall.
Kansas is fun. We have to plant for Montana weather, and then we have to plant for Texas weather. And so perennials that we find here, we have to find adaptive to both. And annuals, you have to wait and wait and wait until the weather guy might say, okay, we're gonna be freeze free, and it depends on what channel you're listening to, what weatherman says what.
Last week we got up to 95, and then a few days later we're down to 40. We'll go through 3 months of no water, mega drought, and then we'll just get, 3 weeks worth of rain in one day. So it is pretty difficult, but we just kind of adapt. So each horticulturist has a different area, and so each horticulturist basically decides on where their plants go. We're given a lot of freedom whenever it comes to planting.
I get to do the hanging baskets that you see around the zoo and all of the planters. So if you see those amazing little annual pots, they're great and I love them. I get to figure out new varieties, colors in all the different areas.
One of my things, and a lot of other people in this department, we like to put you into a different environment. Like whenever you walk into Coke, I want you to feel like you're walking into Southeast Asia. I want you to be immersed in a different environment, different landscape.
If you look behind me, all these tables are filled with these little bitty baby plants. Before the babies get here, we have to pull all of the plants off the tops of the tables, and I like to wash them down with a sanitizer green shield because we have a problem with bugs, little pests, aphids, mealy, scale, that sort of thing. In the fall, we bring in plant donations that we allow the public to bring their plants that they don't want anymore, that are too big for them, and sometimes they come with pests on them. So those pests will get in and they live in the cracks of the tables or under the pots or into their plants. And if we put the babies on those tables with those bugs, then our babies get eaten up, and that's never good.
There's a whole aspect of pests. Like in my desert garden, one thing that eats all the hardy plants is gophers. We're a zoo, you can't really do anything to mitigate that, so you just kind of have to deal with it. And then guests can be kind of destructive as well. Sometimes guests will see a really pretty plant, they kind of take a couple here and there, and if a lot of people do that, then we just have no plants. And we're constantly having to go through our landscapes and figure out what's been taken, what's been ripped up and set back down.
We get a pinch here, a pinch there, or sometimes they even will remove a whole plant. Kids want to pick a flower and don't realize when they pick a flower, they've picked the whole plant out. So when mom tries or dad tries to stick it back in, it's usually dead before we see it.
So the desert garden is like my area. I was given the opportunity to build that from ground up. It was just a grass field. They let me put rocks in it and just design it however I wanted to. Put native plants in there, tons of hardy plants. So it's not just barren in the winter. That's one of my main things that just keeps me here. It's my baby.